Hello beer stalkers, I'm Kathryn DeSinaasappelen, your beer mistress, and today we're doing the wrap-up. Each month I go back through the beers that I've tried and I rank them on some arbitrary scale. But this month is a little different because, in all honesty, I think each of these beers would be the perfect first time beer. With that in mind, this month is which beer would be the best first beer. In last place, we have Gouden Carlus Tripel. Now, just because I put this in last place doesn't mean it's not a good beer for you. This is a heavier beer than the other two, so if you're more adventurous and willing to experiment, I would highly recommend this. But I think for the average person who doesn't know what they may or may not like, this is in last place. In second place, we have Cuvee du Chateau. This beer was also delicious. It tasted like a Anker and a gazeuse came together and had a baby, and this is the beer. It really was. It was delicious. The only negative point that I see on why this wouldn't be a good first time beer is that the alcohol content is super high at, I think it's 11%. Yes, 11%. I think specifically that's a problem with some Belgian beers, is that the alcohol content can get really high. So if you're someone who, I don't know, doesn't drink that much alcohol, this might be bad for you because it is delicious, but the alcohol content is higher. And in first place, ta-da, bomb. So for me, I think this would be the perfect safe beer to have somebody try a beer if they've never had one. The alcohol content is still pretty low and it's an amber beer, but it still has some blondish characteristics, and I feel like it has all like the good qualities of a really good beer. It was a little bitter, it was a little sweet, you tasted the hops, you tasted the alcohol, and everything married well and nothing was too overwhelming. So I think if you're gonna try any of these beers, and I would highly recommend that you try all of them, my first pick would definitely be Palm. It was pleasantly surprising. Unfortunately for Prince Charming, there wasn't any left. So for my beer stalkers out there, if you tried these three beers, how would you recommend them in terms of first beer? And if you don't agree with this, what beer would you recommend for somebody for their first beer? If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want more Beer Mistress beer reviews, be sure to come back every Friday because I make new ones. Or if you just can't wait that long, then check out the playlist. Stalk me by hitting the red button and ringing the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Tootsies, me applesines. See this here? I burnt myself on the iron because I was trying to be all domestic and iron my husband's shirts. And then if it wasn't bad enough that I burned myself, later I was walking and tripped over one of my children's toys and fell on the ground, and I have this huge, gigantic bruise on my knee.